I did. I did make that. Isn't it? My stitching is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
I got tired of my pencil points breaking.
Yeah.
All the time. Okay, so your part in this, I apologize, is to just be somebody I can talk to so that I get the idea out. You know, it's like it's easier for me to talk to you than it is to talk to the camera, basically.
Yep.
And
I'm a mirror.
Well, what I want is like interaction is great, questions are great, your perspective is great, all of that is great. It's just the process of me trying to get an idea across.
Yep.
And recording it
do
so
it more naturally.
Yeah, so more naturally, and I can practice and that kind of thing. So yeah. So I had.
Or he's got you.
I have an idea. And it's very much connected to a lot of things that I've been thinking about and working on, like dance. Stuff like that, where I don't think I knew, where I was going with it, where it was taking me, kind of thing. I'm just like exploring, right, and trying to figure out like what the hell is it I'm looking for. What's I don't know, just what's the point?
Yeah, well, if it's a new idea that nobody's explored before, or that you haven't heard of somebody exploring before, then you have to come up with the word for it. It's like giving kids words for emotions. Right.
And it's fine with me if you're quiet, but if you want to be heard on the camera, you might have to speak up a little bit.
Copy that.
Yeah. Okay. So I started doing some emotional work, we'll say.
Sure.
I was working with a men's coach, and then I was trying to like free myself up, like physically free myself up to be able to dance. Because I couldn't dance. I couldn't allow myself to dance. It was like terrifying.
Unlocking something.
Like why do I feel so like weird and uncomfortable when I try to move my body like that? Things like that. And doing this emotional work. And then also, at the same time, I was exploring with cannabis because that was helping me. It was like, oh my God, this actually helps me move. Like it helps me get out of my head, and all of a sudden, then I can actually enjoy movement and do things that someone might recognize as dancing.
Yeah.
Doing all that. Anyway, I ended up doing these things at home where I would kind of set the scene. I would create privacy and pitch. Let's go away from camera. I would create a context where I could move freely, where I could really let myself go, which meant like total privacy. Yeah, like I needed to feel safe in order to do it. Close the blinds, lock the door, get everyone out of the house.
So both a physical and a social environment.
I just had to feel safe. I didn't know exactly what it was. I just knew that I had to feel like I had.
Yeah, he's got a poncho just like me.
I just had to feel like I had total permission to do whatever, right? And then I would get high and put on music and see what happens, play around. And what that turned into was a lot of like, it set me on a wild ride. We'll put it that way. Like emotionally, it was a psychedelic experience. You take marijuana or cannabis in that way.
Yep.
And
with an intention.
With an intention to free myself up.
Yep.
And
not really
what came out was just really nuts to me. Yep. It was like a really intense emotional ride where it was terrifying, like really scared. At times scared for my life. Like really fucking scary.
Yeah.
And a lot of scream crying. Like just full volume, like I'm sure that if anybody walked by the house, they would be like, fuck, is somebody getting murdered in there? Like what is going on? Like a lot of that. And that a session would be like, 2 hours or something. And then I'd just be totally exhausted and spent and euphoric and kind of light. And then I'd go through this honeymoon period of just feeling amazing.
So maybe not physically murdered, but maybe emotionally murdered.
Right.
Some version of you is being murdered.
Yeah. Well, it
or persona.
It created, whoops, gosh, it changed me. Like it something happened in that process, and then afterwards I was like, oh my God, that was amazing.
Each time, or
I did this
over the whole thing?
I did this many times, and each time was like its own kind of earth-shattering experience, which left me going, oh my God, like everything's different each time, and that happened. I didn't like count, but I want to say it was like 6 to 8 times where it was like pretty damn intense. You know, like the kind of thing where I felt the need to like literally call people for help, kind of intense.
Yeah.
You know, and then it transitioned where I would try to set up the same scenario, expecting a similar thing. Mm-hmm. But when I got high, then it was like, God, I actually just feel like dancing and having fun. You know? And that's what came out.
Yeah.
You know, and then it was just like, fuck, this is really fun. I can just let myself be and I can
freedom.
Explore. Yeah, freedom. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. I made a connection about that helps me understand what it was that I was doing. And the connection was made by the fact that I'm a parent with a young kid. Mm-hmm. And I realized I was effectively doing the exact same thing that a kid does when they throw a tantrum. So when a kid, and you'll if you're not experiencing it already, you're going to, when they experience enough kind of we'll say insults to their sovereignty, when they take in enough, you know, controlling or denying or whatever from a parent, they will throw a tantrum. And depending on the severity of it, of the insults, and on the other side, the safety of how they feel in that moment, the more safe they feel, the more they will tantrum. They will throw this tantrum, which is a really impressive outlay of emotions. Mm-hmm. Like it's shocking how big it can be, you know. But if you lovingly witness them and allow that tantrum to actually play out. By the way, we're on camera, just so you know. You're welcome to hang out. If you let the process play out to a natural completion, then the child feels great. Like they get it out, and then what you're left with, at least this is my experience, you're left with a kid that is incredibly tender and loving and close to you. Like they just melt into you, and it's like one of the most beautiful experiences I've had as a parent is the post-tantrum connection. And it's like they batch process the things that they weren't able to get out before. And in so doing, they release all this emotional energy instead of having it pent up. Yep. And it brings you as the parent and them closer together, so they feel safe and connected and loved and all that stuff. And I know now that's what I was doing. That I was effectively performing the same function that a tantrum serves for a child.
You were trapped in some way.
I was
lost.
Well, the thing. Okay, so when a kid does it, it's because they are the victim of external circumstances. You know, a parent is telling them, you know, the last straw is like, no, I'm not going to buy that candy in the store, right? That's the last straw. It's not the only straw. It's the last. It's the last one on the pile.
You can't walk across that street.
Yeah. Just all.
It doesn't make sense to the kid.
Right. They're not designed to need somebody to decide for them constantly what they can and can't do. Yeah. And so as those insults pile up, they gradually just, they lose it. And it's like I think of it kind of like an exorcism. Like I actually literally do. I think the things are very related, if not the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They end up with this kind of altered personality that then gets kind of purged during the tantrum.
The altered personality.
Yeah, being like
Yep.
bad behavior, basically. That they're being a different kind of kid. Like, man, who is this? What's going on? And then you get the tantrum, and then they go back to normal.
Yep.
They're back to kind of their usual angels kind of thing.
Yep.
So the kids, like I said, they're the kind of the victims of the external circumstances, like the parents.
Mm-hmm.
They're the victim of the parents' behavior, right? The parents' decisions. But they internalize that control that parents exert. They internalize that, and they end up being, in adulthood, they end up controlling themselves in the exact same way.
Sure.
So if a kid isn't allowed to feel their feelings, if they are denied, if they're shamed, if they're somehow
told that their reaction to this is wrong.
yes,
Yeah.
they will internalize that, and they will deny themselves those feelings in adulthood. And so for me, I was the person keeping myself from, say, dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I was keeping myself from being free in my feelings.
Yeah.
I was the parent to myself.
Right.
And so then in the tantrum, I was able to kind of be my own parent again and be like, oh no, I'm allowing you to feel these feelings. I give you permission. I'm going to not judge you for crying or for screaming or for whatever, and I'm going to allow those feelings to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did that, it effectively, just to simplify the language here, it effectively solved my problem.
Right.
It's like the get out all of this stuff that you haven't been letting out, and then you feel better. And so I was able to make that connection to tantrums. Like, oh, this is exactly the same thing. I'm just giving myself permission to throw a tantrum,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm letting it complete. Like, I'm not stopping myself going, oh, why am I doing this? I don't deserve this. What's wrong with me? And instead just, hey, let it fly until it stops.
Yeah. Something was dammed up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
blocked, and you're letting it flow.
Right.
Again.
Right. And I think it's common knowledge that people, and especially men in the U.S., have emotional issues. Like,
Yeah.
we're not interfacing with emotions in a healthy way. In some fashion. That's what we're all kind of aware of it, but not really sure, like, okay, what do you do with that?
Yep. Yeah, in the actual moment, what does it actually mean?
Yeah, or if you as a guy go, yeah, I know, guys are bad at emotions. Okay, well then what?
Exactly.
What am I supposed to do with that information?
Just accept it?
Yeah, and I think I think there's a kind of a feminine bias towards something like therapy, where you talk about it.
Sure.
But what I realized was that the talking in therapy is just to get you to the point where you can throw a tantrum on your therapist's couch and finally
Sure.
let it out.
Sure.
Like, all of the talking was just preamble to that.
Yep.
And then the expression of the feelings is what actually does the healing.
Knocking down the wall that society, your
Yeah.
parents, you
Yeah,
are creating.
make
for
you feel
yourself.
safe enough, like, oh, you mean I'm not going to be a failure, or I'm not going to be a wuss, or I'm not going to be whatever. Oh, you mean I can just let it out? And so
Yeah.
so I was like, okay, therapy is just a way to allow you to throw a tantrum. And then I was thinking of the other ways that we create some sort of permission structure for emotions to come out, something to give us permission to feel something. It's like, okay, sports,
Yeah.
get really emotionally invested in a sporting event. That's one way.
Yeah.
Live music, where you go and you can dance around and it's socially acceptable to express
Yeah.
energy in that way. And then, okay, getting a little closer, like a mosh pit.
Mm-hmm.
In that social group, socially acceptable to let feelings fly. Some feelings, specifically
Sure,
anger.
sure.
I don't know how much like crying is going on in a mosh pit.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's why mosh pits are, we'll say, tantrum adjacent. it's kind of there. It's not quite there. And then another fun one that I was thinking of is something like a roller coaster. A roller coaster is a forced tantrum in a way, like a forced expression of emotion. Like you like, you don't get to choose. It just it takes over you without your permission.
Yeah.
And then afterwards you're like, oh my God, I feel so good. You know?
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. And so I'm to the point now where I'm like, oh, if you want to do the thing and feel the benefits of feel the benefits of getting it out, it's a tantrum. It is a tantrum. And then the tantrum is like, excuse the expression, it's like God's gift for when you need it.
Yep.
Like when you need release from pent-up emotions, the tantrum is the custom-made tool for the job.
Yeah. An intense emotional outburst, usually involving crying, screaming, acting out.
Yeah.
Temporary loss of emotional control.
Right. Exactly. And that is absolutely key, the loss of control. Mm-hmm. That's key. Because all of the tantrum... Basically,
because you were controlling.
Exactly. And all of the tantrum adjacent activities that we partake in, they're close, but they don't do the job because you're not really letting go of control and getting out this sort of muddled mix of emotions. It's not clear what you're getting out. It's a mix of anger and sadness and grief and whatever. It's just kind of, it all just gets mixed together. It's like soup. And, it's all muck. It's sort of like, it's like a vomit. It's like vomiting, and you don't, it doesn't help. Like if you eat something bad to the point where you need to throw up, it doesn't help for you to be like, I just want to throw up just kind of a little bit of it, but not the other parts.
Sure.
Like I want to throw up the corn, but I don't want to throw up the beans and the tortilla and like no, you just got to let go of control and let your body just do what it naturally does.
Yep.
Because a vomit you don't control it consciously. You release your control, and then your body does what it needs to do, and that's what the tantrum is.
Our bodies know what they need.
It knows exactly what to do.
We just have to listen to them.
Or just
somehow
take our hands off the wheel.
Sure.
And that's when I was doing it.
Control.
When I was doing these experiments, basically in my own home, the letting go of control was the hard part.
Sure.
Because it's terrifying. Because I was trained as a kid that when these emotions come out, it must be really scary because everyone stopped me from doing it. Like they couldn't allow me to do it. And so I internalized that as this must be like an existential threat if I let it out. Yeah. So then when I'm doing it alone in my own home in a completely safe environment, I was literally scared I might like lose my mind.
Yeah.
So that's my
trained.
That's basically my idea is that that we're all beating around the bush, but the actual thing to do is to throw yourself a tantrum in a safe way, like to create a safe context and let the messy vomit of emotions come out. And the way I see it is like the longer they've been in there, the messier the contents. It's like it's fermenting and putrefying, and it's just messy.
Yeah.
It's not like a really clean and clear emotion, like, oh, something happened and now I feel this thing. No, it's more like, blah, why? Like, what was that about? It's like, you don't know and you won't know, and the story is irrelevant. Yeah. What matters is that you let go of control and you have this exorcism-like experience with feelings.
Yeah.
And that's how we're going to solve the emotional crisis in this country.
Tantrums.
Yeah, exactly. Tantrums. Yeah.
So then do you...
But not like public tantrums.
Teach your kid that tantrums
You don't
are
have to
okay?
teach your kid shit, ever. Teaching a kid is pointless. They already have the fucking tools. Just let them do it.
Let them do it.
Let them do it, and let them do it with or as a loving witness.
Mm-hmm. Right. Don't teach fear of a thing.
A feeling of an involuntary feeling. That'd be like shaming your kid if they threw up, or if they coughed,
For having the ear that they have.
or if they blinked, or if they startled from a loud noise. Like, you don't fuck with these involuntary instincts from an organism that evolved over millions and millions of years to be an absolutely like amazing, perfect being. You don't just go in and be like, well, that's dumb. Don't do that anymore ever. It's like, no. Let it do its thing.
Yeah.
But we're all literally terrified of these physical sensations that we call emotions.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they are. It's like, I used to kind of wonder what emotions were.
Sure.
But when you boil it down, it's like we're talking about a physical sensation equal to touch.
Sure.
It's like you get a flutter, you get a tightness, you get like they're just physical sensations. And if you don't have shame about them, they don't even feel bad. Like literally once I kind of got through the shame part of the process, where I was like kind of somehow feeling bad about what I was feeling in the moment.
To.
Right. But once I got beyond that, then it's sort of like, actually it's a rush. It's fun. It's kind of like, it's like a roller coaster ride.
Yeah. Any emotion will do that to you if you let it flow.
Yeah. Just like on a roller coaster. If you believed a roller coaster was going to kill you, those would not be good feelings that you had on the roller coaster ride.
Sure.
But if you think I'm totally safe, then you have fun with the feeling. Same feeling, different perspective on it. So
people that don't like roller coasters, were they trained to not like roller coasters? Taught fear of it?
Yeah.
Perhaps?
Good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But now the thing that I'm looking at is, kind of wondering how to talk about it, how to explain it, how do you create a better, more tailored permission structure that more people can understand and buy into. We're like, oh, I have explicit permission to do this, and when I do it, I get these very clear, tangible benefits. Yeah. Because the list of problems caused by not feeling your feelings is really big. That's totally fine. I've been talking your off, and like I said, this was a favor from you to me. So
yeah,
that's it. So I'm exploring tantrums. It's fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder. You said that you had an intention going into these things.
Yeah.
But their intention was not to let a tantrum happen then.
No, at that point, because I didn't know. I didn't
yet.
have the framework in my head yet.
I wonder if you put that requirement on things.
Does it help it? Does it hurt it?
Does it get in the way of letting it happen?
So now that I have,
that might be part of
that I have this framework,
yeah.
I want to try it again and see what happens. But the issue is I've already gotten out a lot of the messy stuff, so it might just be different anyway.
Certainly.
But I don't know. So that's why I need other people to experiment on. I need guinea pigs. Yeah. So next time, throw a tantrum right here.
Can you take this?
I got you. Thank you so much. All right. Have a great day, okay?
That's amazing.
Thank you. This is my big moment.
It's happening. It's happening. I feel it.
Cool. All right. See you, Justin.